Hi there, Joseph Carla here from 633. This video is going to be sharing two questions that everyone should be asking prospective employers when going through the interview process. Now, these two questions aren't necessarily questions that people think to ask, but when I always advise the candidates I work with to ask these questions, they always unlock real insight about what to really expect in that potential new job, right? So before I shared that, I really wanted to also share that it's very important that every interview is treated as a two-way process. It shouldn't just be the organization asking you why should we hire you, but it should also be you asking the organization why should I work for you. So it's very important to have that posture and disposition in every interview that you go into. Now, without further ado, let's go into the two questions everyone should be asking. One of the questions is, how would you measure my success in the first year? Now, with this question, what you're trying to do is essentially really find out what the view of the business is as it relates to success in this role. Because oftentimes I find that a candidate's perception of success isn't quite aligned with the organization's perception of success. So this is a great time to really get aligned in what they expect and what you see as success. Secondly, this question will really give you, or the answer to this question, shall I say, will really give you clear insight into exactly what you have to do to be successful. And finally, it will actually enable you during an interview situation, or at least throughout the process, to align your skills and experience to those success factors. And naturally, that will make you stand out as a candidate because you've actually shown that your success factors, here's how I can hit them, here's where I've hit them in the past. So the final question here is, what challenges or hurdles may I have to overcome in order to be successful? Now, this is a great opportunity for the interviewer to be candid and for you to see beyond the pitch, if you will. The answer to this question should hopefully unearth some real insight about the internal workings of the organization and some challenges that they may be facing either externally or internally. And therefore, it gives you a bit of a picture of how you can potentially be of value in enabling them to overcome these hurdles, or indeed how you may not necessarily be of value and how this role can be maybe a bit too challenging for you. And lastly, these questions are usually answered in one of two ways. They either answer it to essentially highlight some of the personal challenges that you may face due to a gap in your experience or skill set, or they share with you some insight about some shortcomings that the organization may potentially have, or some structural issues that the business may have or may be going through. Either way, it gives you very clear insight into exactly where you can add value and what challenges you have to overcome in order to be successful with this business. So that's it. Two questions. Please make sure you ask them. If this is useful for you, feel free to share it. But more importantly, let me know about any questions that you've asked in the past that you feel has really unearthed some new, unique insight about an organization, a role, or a hiring manager. Cheers.